Welcome to the World Pool Preview in collaboration with the Hong Kong Jockey Club, Bet with the World. I'm your host, James Lamb, joined by Adam Brett to go through a couple of races at Greyville and also the Epsom Derby card. How are we, Adam?
Very good, Lammy. Very good. Had to look twice at this one. There's no racing in Hong Kong for the World Pool this weekend. So excited to get to Greyville and Epsom and have a look at those races.
Must say I'm not totally across my South African form, but we'll see how we go. I saw a few familiar names there and their form guide wasn't too hard to follow, so we'll see how we go. We'll
I'm surprised. I thought this would have been something you did on a Saturday night, 11:30, just kicked into the South African races.
Maybe back in the day, but I'm in bed a little bit earlier these days. The World Pool will be operating on races 7 through to 10 at Greyville in South Africa, as well as the whole card at Epsom for their Derby Day program. We'll look at the two main races at Greyville, starting with the Grade 1 feature event, the Gold Challenge, which is a weight for age mile race. Some of the main contenders look to be number 2, Dave the King, See It Again, Cosmic Speed, and Great Plains. I settled on Dave the King. There's a real Australian connection with Dave, ridden by Callan Murray, who's recently returned to South Africa after a stint in South Australia. He went reasonably well down here without setting the world on fire. I think he was striking at about 10%, but I think he would have gained plenty from that experience going back home now, a more mature rider. Anyway, Murray rides, and the horse is trained by Mike and Matthew de Kock, and Matthew was down here in Victoria training alongside Robbie Griffiths not that long ago too. So they've both gone back to their homeland to ride, well, to prepare Dave the King. This horse was a big winner over 1,500 at Scottsville last start, and he's won his last two races at Greyville over 1,600 and 1,800. So ticks a few boxes there. Are you with Dave or going somewhere else?
Surprisingly, I've gone with you on this one.
Okay.
So we've agreed on this, and I just think winning form is good form. Winning the last two coming into this, I did see some video of Matt de Kock coming and having a big high rating on this. So let's back it in, see where it ends up.
Very good. The other race we want to discuss at Greyville is race 8, the Hong Kong Jockey Club World Pool Stakes. This is a Grade 2 weight for age race for the fillies and mares over 1,400. This looks wide open, to say the least. Found this race a little bit tougher than the previous, but I'm going with number 1, Lucrative. Won her last two starts, but comes here off a decent break. So first up off a spell, but did win her only previous first up start. Maps for a nice run just off the pace. Going through the jockey stats, Zaki has had 6 rides on her for 4 wins. So banking on the Zak attack to strike again. Did you find anything in this particularly tricky race?
If it's a Zak attack, you're going to go with it, whether it's Australia or South Africa. I like it. So I've gone slightly different here. I've gone with So Hot, So What. Not because of the name. Great name. But no, actually don't mind its form coming into this. Has ran in this group before, so I'm expecting we get a fairly bold showing from it. But Lucrative does look like the one that might be up to the quality and the standard as well. So let's see how it runs. It's going to be a pretty wide open race though.
It is indeed. Let's head over to Epsom now for the big Derby meeting. Very prestigious card, this one. The World Pool will be operating on every race on the 8-event card. That includes Win, Place, Quinella, Duet, Trifecta, Forecast, which is Exacta, and Treble as well. The feature race there is, of course, the Group 1 Derby over 2,400. It's a good horses race, and the honour roll tells you that. Recent winners include City of Troy, August Rodin, Desert Crown, and Anthony Van Dyke, who nearly knocked off Very Elegant in the 2020 Caulfield Cup, just fell short on that occasion. The early market says there are 4 main hopes: Delacroix, Ruling Court, Pride of Arras, and The Line in Winter. Do you want to go first here?
I'll go first on this one. It's a good race. I'm really looking forward to see this one being run. I've gone with the Godolphin horse Ruling Court, trained by Charlie Appleby. It's won its last 2 races, although they haven't been convincing wins. What it did show was the ability to hold on and survive. Also, in the second last race that it ran over them in the end. So it's got a bit of a chasing pattern going on as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what it does in this one, but another one that's a bit wide open. So where have you gone?
I've gone with Delacroix. Ryan Moore, I think it was yesterday that he made his final decision on which horse he was going to ride, because Aidan O'Brien has a couple of horses in this. So he's chosen Delacroix over The Line in Winter. He's also going for 3 wins in a row in this race. So really good record, as does Aidan O'Brien. This horse has yet to finish worse than second in 7 career starts. Dominant winning his last two over 2,000, so I'm not too concerned about the step up in trip. So I'm going with Delacroix, which I think is the favourite as we record, but there might be some chopping and changing in the lead up to the race on Saturday night or Sunday morning, Aussie time.
How's the life of Ryan Moore, just choosing what you want to ride? Choose a horse that's never run less than second. What a pick.
Yep, no, it's handy when you're maybe the number two. We'll put him behind J-Mac, but he's certainly in the top three.
No bias on that one.
No bias at all. The other race we want to look at Epsom is the Group 3 Princess Elizabeth Stakes over 1,700. We've got 8 runners in single-figure odds here in the early market. Another tricky race. Is there anything you can tip with confidence here?
It is a tricky race and it is kind of a big field again, but I've actually narrowed down on the Ryan Moore ride that he's picked up with Serona, so number 9. And it's got good form coming into this race and it's got good closing speed, which caught my eye on the last run. So at the moment, the track looks good. I haven't checked the weather, but it looks like it's going to be a pretty hotly contested race. So I'm pretty happy with where this is going. But Serona's going to be my pick purely because of the closing speed.
Very nice. I'm with Bermuda Longtail, beaten at very short odds, 2 back, but then ran a cracker at much bigger odds, $17 last start, went second to Kontiki. That was her first run on turf, having her first 3 goes on the hit the turf last time and performed really well. So with that experience and a little bit of extra fitness, I'm expecting further improvement from her. So Bermuda Longtail for me.
Now,
yes, something to add?
The great thing about the Whirlpool, we've called out the winners, right? But if you've been listening and you wanted to have a look at it, you can also put these into a bit of a quinella. And what I'd also like to see is you called out 2 horses before that in potential in the Derby. Have a look at that first 4 as well. Very
nice. The duets are really popular with the Whirlpool. They haven't really taken off in Australia, but they love them in Hong Kong, the duets. So that might be another market that you can look at there. But that's our take on the 4 main Whirlpool races on Saturday night, Sunday morning, Australian Eastern Standard Time. Thank you to the Hong Kong Jockey Club, Bet with the World with the Whirlpool. And thank you, Adam.
Thanks, Lamey.
Do it all again next week. What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.